We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men and women are created equal.
Boy, I guess because I couldn't believe this. I mean, I didn't know this was a problem over here, or at least I didn't think anybody'd have a sign out about it.
Black, Asian, poor, wealthy, trans, cis, Muslim, Christian, listen.
Discrimination has long been a critical matter in the society, as it refers to the way people are treated differently or less favorably than others because of their characteristics. Our group topic stresses on sex discrimination. Although there are existing laws prohibiting this kind of discrimination in Thai legal system, in practice, it still lacks sufficiency to cover all discriminations against all individuals. To demonstrate, this is a case where the women lawyers are required to wear skirts during their working hours as it is stated in the regulations. This matter has been filed to the Lawyer Council of Thailand as they answer the request from the Human Rights Lawyer Association that the female lawyers can wear pants. However, there is no clarification on the regulation amendment from the Council. Therefore, our group decided to interview law professors about their opinion regarding this topic.
In my view, this is not quite a right interpretation because the wording is quite clear, Section 20, that ทนายความจะต้อง right? So lawyer must, lawyers shall. So it's quite exclusive in that sense.
Now we have seen female lawyer entering into the legal world all the time. They can decide the case, submit the case to the court. They can do all of that, and now the rule still saying that this lawyer cannot decide for themselves what they're going to wear.
I agree if there is, and I welcome if there is any amendment. But even without the amendment, I think the interpretation shall allow can allow female lawyers to wear pants anyway. I think the interpretation of counsel lawyer is wrong in terms of methodology of interpretation. We have to interpret the any provision in the light of the context and also to comply with the purpose of this provision itself. And it's quite clear from the purpose of this provision is that we want the lawyers to wear universal and polite outfit. So these two is the main purpose. The main purpose is not whether it is skirt, it is pants, it is shirt. So one day, if just to say hypothetically, if not wearing anything, being naked is universal outfit or polite outfit, then that should be the case as well. So these two concepts can change over time. We have to give more consideration to the intention, to the purpose of the law, rather than the black letters.
It needs to be amended very quickly. That rule was written 41 years ago when there was no female lawyer, when there is no representative from female in the lawyer council, and they drafted all male sitting there. Imagine what women should be wearing. And then most of the time, what happening with my case and with my colleague is that the female lawyer will point out to the judge and saying that this lady did not comply with the lawyer rules of professional conduct when wearing skirt or wearing pants have nothing to do of how can you be a good lawyer or not.
It affects, but we have to try to do as much as we can to minimize the effect that sex will give to work. Character of people always affect the way people work anyway. Like for example, if your employee has to have 3 months or 6 months of paternity leave, and usually it is the mother, right, who has to take this leave, then it affects the work potential.
No, let me decide what I like to wear. Today I'm going to go many places. Let me wear pants. In the meantime, if I want to be whatever, let me wear skirt. Don't tell me what to wear. Let me know that I am professional enough to design for myself. And then if I want to wear t-shirt, and blue jean to meet my client, then let my client decide whether or not I'm trustworthy, whether or not they're going to allow me, to handle their case. It is not the group of these old men who decide the case, the rule 40 years ago to tell me what is good to do or to wear to be a good lawyer. But definitely it's not affecting my works at all.
Personally, I never received this kind of discrimination directly.
Both organizations that I'm working with, they are very mindful of gender, and there's no discrimination. Basically, they even want us as a newcomer. They're trying to break the old thoughts, old norms, like let the younger speak first. Otherwise, if the older speak first, then the young would not will be afraid to speak. So they very mindful of this.
I would say that the law or the society should not discriminate against LGBTQ. So if there are anything that is unfairly, we should try to amend those laws to facilitate their life to be in the same way as to enjoy their rights in the same way as the heterosexual people. For me, I agree more on amending the civil code to make marriage available for anyone who wants to enter into this institution. I agree with the universal civil partnership. So universal civil partnership include any genders who want to get into the partnership. For those who don't want to use the marriage system, because the marriage system under civil code is very restrictive, very conservative, and this system itself is not very flexible. So in a sense, I also agree if we have another system of civil partnership that can include not the couple, it can be like, just friends or anyone who want to stay together and get the protections as civil partners. And for the sex identity, I feel like the government should only know about sex only in terms of only to the extent that they need to identify people. So the prefix like nai, nang sao, or na. I think those are something that is very unuseful. I feel like we can little by little get rid of those kind of prefix rather than changing them.
I feel there is still a lot of problem regarding the LGBT. LGBT, they are human beings. They should share the equal rights like we are having right now. Yes. But if anything that is not, up to date, then it needs to be amended. That's what I'm saying. Civil and commercial code for two people to marry together when they are in love. It doesn't matter what gender they are. I think it should be amended. I mean, I personally think that love have nothing to do with your gender or your sex. The law decided long time ago. They enacted the Civil and Commercial Code. It was only when the time is only man and woman. When being gay is illegal. 2020, it should be already amended. I definitely agree.
Is the discrimination against migrant workers. Since we are in the aging society and we do not have enough labor to work for to serve our economy, we definitely need more migrants to work for us. But the way that we treat migrants are not very good. And if they can find a better place to go, they will not choose to come to Thailand to work. And that we will end up in deadlock rather than having the prosperous economy.
Not only change, I want to work on the reform of the justice system. It's very difficult.